So hello guys and welcome, and today we will be playing some Grixis Spinner. This is basically the Grixis Affinity like you know and love it or maybe hate it, but today we are playing around the Etherium Spinner. This guy says that whenever we cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, we create a 1/1 colorless top tier token with flying. So basically we have a lot of spells that cost 4 or more mana. Now, since we're Affinity, we won't be paying that much mana for those spells, like of course, we will be paying much less in most cases. One exception is the Pactdoll Terror, which is a great spell for 4 mana. This has been a big changer since the Aether Drift set came out. This is really good. It says that whenever this creature or another artifact we control ETBs, each opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life. So we play, of course, a lot of those artifacts, and it works really well with the spinner, since when it ETBs, it creates the top tier, and then as we create more top tiers, it drains even more and more, and it's a really nice, combo on the board. They're playing 4 Thoughtcast. Usually the Affinity decks played at least before the bans, like 2 or maybe 3, we play a full playset, since it works perfectly with the spinner once again, and same thing with the Enforcers, which of course is a great card. For refurbished familiars, this is a must. This is one of the best cards in Pauper right now in my opinion, and the rest is basically the Affinity like you know it. We are splashing red basically just for the blasts here. That's the reason we are playing just one Great Furnace, but we made the decision to play a Prophetic Prism here. I think it's a good card to be playing in the Affinity package. It's true that we are losing cards like Nihil Spellbomb, but we are fitting that into the sideboard to compensate for it. So we are playing the Prisms, the Wellsprings, 4 of the Offerings, which is the best version of this effect probably in this deck, because it makes 1 artifact, which is great for the Affinity or for the Pactdoll Terror. 3 cast downs, 4 Galvanic Blasts like I said, and 3 Blood Fountains. The Blood Fountain is really nice in this deck. It actually can return a lot of different creatures depending on the situation we're in. And the mana base is very similar to Grixis Affinity, like you know it, but I've made some changes because we obviously don't play the Shaman. The Shaman is once again in the sideboard. We are splashing just for the G-Blast, and so I've got some red sources, and I have added some blue sources and some black sources. We still play the Prism, so the mana fixing should be quite good. Let's take a look at the sideboard right now. So we are playing 3 blue elemental blasts. Red decks are very popular right now. The top 3 decks are basically Madness, Red Synthesizer, and Grixis Affinity, and all of those play red color very heavily, right? So this is a good thing to have in a sideboard. One Fangs, I think this is quite decent against the more aggressive decks, which again, the top 2 decks right now are. This is nice to put on the Enforcer or sometimes even on the Refurb or on the Terror to actually gain some life. We are playing 3 Krark-Clan Shamans in the sideboard, along with the Hunter's Blowgun for some board clears. It doesn't work that well with the Spinner, which means that we might be able to cut it post-board and replace it with those cards, but it's true that the top tiers have flying, so they do not die to the Shaman. We are playing 2 red elemental blasts for the blue matchups like Fairies or Terror, 2 breath weapons against some very aggressive go wide matchups like Elves or maybe like Fairies, or even Mono Red Synthesizer in some cases, and the Nihil Spellbomb, which is a necessary card against graveyard decks like Dredge or maybe Mono Red Madness. So let's see how the Spinner deck works. I've seen a version that plays for colors with a lot of mana fixing. It's splashed for white, I think, and one of you guys in the comments has noticed it and asked me if I have a list, and sadly I don't, but we will be playing this version today. We are not splashing for white. This is just the blue-red black version, but I think it's probably the best show to be playing it in and not trying something crazy. So let's see how this works and see you in the games. 2-lander, pretty good, not horrible, right? Let's keep. Drillsforge Bridge. Darkmost Bridge, I mean, interesting. Could be a lot of different decks. Let's play the Silver Bluff Bridge first. Aghast. So this looks like Sacrifice mono black, but they are playing green for some reason, probably. Here's a Refurb. We could play that instead, but I would love to wait for the Etherium spinner, so I will take it really slow here. Playing the Bellspring first. Fountain is awesome. Cycle Troll, okay. Find a Haunted Mire, Hit us for 1 with a Gust. One more spinner, okay. So, I think we will be a little bit greedy here, at least with one of these spinners. Problem is, what if we don't find land? That's the problem. So we basically need to find a land next turn. We could play a Thoughtcast now. We could also Fanatical Offering the Wellspring, which is probably what I'm most for here. Maybe the best play is just Refurb into Thoughtcast and see, but I don't want to do it that much with without the spinner, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just say go. This is very greedy, by the way. Might backfire a bit. But I think this is like the best long-term value plan, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure if they're playing a combo deck, but Bridge, End Step, alright. Let's Fanatical Offering the Wellspring. We are hoping for an untapped land if possible. Here's one, awesome. We have a lot of cards here, so let's kind of starting to get rid of them here. First, let's play the spinner into the Refurb. They will kill it probably, but we still get the top tier because of how priority works. Oh no, they will just sacrifice the Shambling Ghast, which is even better for them. Of course, that's the downside of playing against Shambling Ghast. We still get the 1/1, so that's something. And because of the 1/1, we actually have 7 artifacts, so they discard the Dressforge Bridge, Darkmost Bridge, so we can play the Enforcer here and be real happy about all of this. Marauder, okay. Definitely the Refurb. Another one, probably. Yeah. We don't hate this, by the way. This is like okay. We will buy back with the... Oh, okay. I said, I wanted to say the Blood Fountain will get us all of this back. Was wrong. But we have one more spinner, so there's no problem with that. Let's play the bridge. Let's go for the spinner. I guess we can attack first to actually be like... to actually do things correctly for once, right? So hit them for 1. Play the spinner here. Into the Thoughtcast. Oh, hey, here's an Enforcer. Awesome. So we can get one more token here. Love it. They instantly have a way to deal with this, probably. Add 1 black. Ooh, Chant. I guess that makes sense, yeah. They can play both of them again. Well, that's really good for them. Yeah, that's definitely really good for them. Let's sacrifice the spinner. It doesn't matter because both of them will die. But again, that's the end of their turn, right? Like, that's everything they do here. Which is like, it doesn't seem like it, but this progresses us more than them, right? So we find a swamp here, pretty good. Before we do... I guess we could Blood Fountain and pop the Blood Fountain instantly, right? Let's attack... Yeah, we win. I mean, it's just too much value. It's just too much value, yeah. Let's go for the sideboard. So we know they are playing some like zombie sacrifice with artifacts. Honestly, not sure what to think. Breath Weapon may be good. Shaman may be good. Honestly, this is one of the matchups when Spinner, I think, goes away. Along with the Terror, maybe. We just bring the Shamans, right? We can bring some blowguns here, like 1 maybe, if necessary. And I think Breath Weapon goes in as well here against them. Let's cut the second Terror even for the second Breath Weapon, and let's run it back. Because they could be playing like Mortician Beetles and Jixian Infiltrators. That's a pretty great hand, let me tell you. Let's keep. Okay, so we will go into a Blood Fountain here instantly. Preparing for They cycle troll. Preparing for the refurb next turn. Here's a gust. Pretty good. And a haunted mire. Okay. One more fountain. I think I'm for the Drossforge Bridge here into the refurb. They will probably discard something of value into their grave. Ooh, a Cursed Marauder. Not bad. I assume this dies, right? I assume they just sacrifice it and kill the refurb. That will make the most sense here. Yep. So -1/-1 on the guy. That's a really good play pattern, of course. Find the land, good for them. So let's go for the Iker first. I think we'll chill here for a bit. Here's a refurb, yeah, into the Mistwell Bridge. That's that. They have a refurb on their own, wow. I guess we will discard the Drossforge Bridge here. Cool. So, no problem. It may be like Gardens, maybe, now that I think about it. It looks like a Gardens deck, maybe. Let's start with the refurb. Yeah, it looks like Gardens, actually, now that I think about it. Pactdoll Terror Gardens. They're offering the map to actually choose what to discard a little bit better. They discarded a land. We will go for a Wellspring here. Into refurb, okay. So let's play the bridge and say go. So I think they're playing the Pactdoll Terror version here, most likely. We are fairly happy with racing damage here. I don't think we will block here, no. Gast, probably sacrificing it again. Which then gives us pretty good value on the Blood Fountain. So the Breath Weapon isn't actually good in this matchup. I thought it was like a tempo sacrifice deck, but I was wrong about that. Yep, this dies. Best draw untapped land, but that's a lot to ask for, I think. The Glamour on the Fountain, sure. Wow, okay, well, still good, still good. I don't think we want to play the Fountain here. It seems like it's very crucial in this matchup. So let's start with the refurb. Like, you know, if we actually play the Fountain and they, for example, do exile the graveyard or something, like how bad is that? I think it's pretty bad. Because they like know we have it, if you know what I mean. I don't know, I'm just tempted to just pass this turn and play a control game. Play Blood Fountain if the graveyard survives, because I think they don't necessarily feel compelled to exile the graveyard if they don't see a reason for it, right? So we keep the reason in our hand. And now we will block here, actually. Blood Fountain, maybe? On their own. Chant, right? Refurb, that's annoying. Cast down. Guildstorm Prowler, okay, sick, wow. Map it up, sure. Ooh, it's like also Devotion, what the hell? That's not Gardens, I'm not really sure what to think anymore. Here's an Enforcer, that's awesome, so let's Blood Fountain. Play Enforcer for free. And instantly correct the Fountain. 2 refurbs come back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. I think we are kind of happy to block here. Maybe the Prowler. I'm not sure about that though yet. Transmogrant, okay. Marauder sucks. I think they will sacrifice the Prowler maybe. Probably not though. Probably the Transmogrant, yeah. Hit us for 5, a lot. Need to be careful here. Find the Dotcast, which is a pretty great draw. Let's Dotcast it up first. Okay, more Blood Fountains, that's my jam. So let's refurb first. They will discard whatever is left in their hand. Gary, okay. Let's refurb for the second time, we will draw a card of that. Seat is great. Let's Blood Fountain. Do we need another Blood Fountain is the question? Well, maybe, like, right? Blood Fountain is so strong, it's crazy. Okay, let's just try and survive here. They have no cards, so hopefully they can top deck some lands and we will be okay here. We don't really like wanna let them draw with this, so I'm for this and this. End step, alright. We will definitely activate the Fountain here. Here's the Dotcast, which is also activatable, right? be activating the fountain. I think we'll take the Enforcer back. There's something. Ooh, forgot about the flashback on the reunion. That's cool though. So the refurb is back at least. I guess we can dotcast first then. Here's another Enforcer, awesome. So let's refurb and see what they have in their hand, or what they had. Dark Moss Bridge, okay. Let's play the Enforcer and that's it. Combat step, we don't mind them drawing cards here. We'll definitely block this, we don't want to take the damage. We have another Blood Fountain ready, which is kinda nice. I'm not sure if that's enough though. Okay, they find the land. Let's see their grave, is there something relevant? No, except the Transmogrant, which comes back tapped, alright. Silver Bluff Bridge, well that's here's a lot we can do here. I think I would like to use the Blood Fountain as much as possible before they exile the grave, so I think that's what we're going to focus on. Let's attack with the Enforcer first. And yeah, like I said, I think I'm for Blood Fountaining it up. We will return... Is it just like 2 refurbs? Like, okay. I mean, that's not bad, definitely. 1, 2. Wait, I completely... Oh, my bad. That might have been a game-losing mistake, not gonna lie. I don't know why I tapped like this. My fault, my fault. They returned the Transmogrant, and we might be dead here because of that, not gonna lie. Yeah, I just... True. Hit us for 5. Ooh, decayed at least. Gary? No. Oh, they sacrificed it to the inside. Makes sense. So we are alive here so far, but we kinda need Pactdoll here. Okay, here's a breath weapon. Doesn't do much, but it's at least something, right? So I guess we can start with... I mean, maybe looting away the breath weapon is kinda the play here. We don't really need it, so let's do that. Thoughtcast is definitely good. Prism and Blast. Blast is also nice. So we have 5 mana left. Well, we definitely play the refurb. They inside it away. Okay. They discard a Crypt Rats. Okay. Let's do another refurb here. Ooh, Blood Fountain. That's a big discard for us. I think we can go with the Prophetic Prism here. Probably after we attack though. I'm really scared about, you know, actually just losing to something, but I would like something like a Pactdoll Terror. I can't believe I put 2 out of the sideboard. Okay, here's another Enforcer, nice. So we either are dead or not. I think this is the last turn they can try and kill us. Crypt Rats, okay. Wait, we're dead, yeah. Let's go to game 3. I made some mistakes, definitely. So with knowing what we know now, right? Let's bring back the Pactdolls. And we definitely want the Spell Bombs. The Hunter's Blowgun and the Shaman are not necessary in this matchup at all. Let's bring back the Prism. And let's bring back the Nihilist Spell Bombs. Important, important. The Spinners, I don't know if you want them. I don't think they're that good, but I guess we can bring like 2 or maybe 1. 1 Unexpected Fangs. Also don't have to be that bad, but I'm for Spinnering here. Let's go. You'd like to play first. And this is a good hand again, yes. I think this is quite nice. Let's keep. Especially with the terrors in the hand. That's nice. So we'll draw Swords Bridge and go. Dark Moss Bridge. Find the vault. Let's play Seat. Dark Moss. Okay. Hey, here's a Blood Fountain. That's cool. I guess let's try the Spinner here. I assume it doesn't survive, but who knows, right? That's cool. Maybe it can bait out some removal. That would be nice. Probably have the Accursed Marauder here or something. Oh, they deglamour it. Okay, I don't mind that, actually. He's a refurb? Can we make this work? So this is 3 artifacts. Yeah, I think we can make this work, right? So let's go Blood Fountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it 6. I know it's a bit backwards, but we actually need tempo here, I feel like. So discard Toxin. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's pay 1 for Mirror Enforcer here. Play Refurb. That's really good. I think we will actually discard the Terror here. Before we do that. Before we discard the card. Okay, here's an offering. Yeah, so I think we are on the plan to discard double Terror into return it back with the Blood Fountain, maybe. Prowler, cool. Offering, right. Let's attack with both and see what they want to do. Double blocking, I think no problem, we will just take it. Though we want land drops as well. So we could let this live. Nah, we're good. Let's return. I think we want to get rid of their cards as much as we can, right? This and the Terror, I think, is the play. I also was thinking like I need a land drop this turn, but I think this is more important actually. Pay 3 for a Ghoul Razor, okay. They randomly return a Refurb, right? A Spinner. Spinner is good. I think we can go Spinner plus Refurb here. I mean, no land drops, but we need something to actually sacrifice to the offering, so Spinner first into a Refurb. Depends what they discard here. And here's the top tier, which makes me happy because the top tier is what we will sacrifice. Deglamour it up, okay, no problem. They have Refurb on their own, definitely discarding a Fanatical Offering to that. It's a zombie. I think we have no problem blocking here. Bogas, no problem with that. Not yet anyway. Okay. So do we take a turn off here? They have 0 cards in hand. I think we can get a turn off here. Or we don't have to. We can Pactdoll it up again. Let's attack first. They block it. Okay, well, we take the trade definitely. And let's play a Pactdoll. Next turn, we will actually start draining them. If this lives, if it doesn't, we will just use this combo to reset the hand. Hopefully they don't find removal. If they do, it is what... yeah, so they create this to draw more cards. Alright, makes sense. Here's an Enforcer, which is a great draw. It does hit them for 3. And follow with the Ichor Wellspring. We always yield. We find a Spell Bomb, which I think is worth playing right now, actually, instead of hitting a land drop. Of course, we could Fanatical Offering and then the Spell Bomb, but I think we'll just Spell Bomb here. Which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. I think we will apply the pressure and then just forgo the card from this if we need to exile the grave. That's it. Refurb. Sure. Doesn't make me super happy. Is there something actually relevant in the grave? There isn't. Yeah, let's discard the offering. So the card will actually be relevant from this. That's good. Mirror Enforcer. Here's the bridge. Let's play the bridge. Let's actually sacrifice the Spell Bomb to exile their graveyard. We will pay the black. Find another bridge, not the worst. Though we stalled here a little bit. Let's attack for 3. Pay 2 for an offering, sacrificing a land. Really, a land, wow. Blood Fountain, that's good. One more for mapping it up, hitting us for 3. Well, okay. They find a chant on the top of the deck. They just bin that and play land. Okay, cool. Here's a Fountain, which is an awesome draw. I think let's attack first. They block. Let's start with the Fountain here. Drain them for 2. We could discard this thing to actually find more relevant cards. I think we will do that. Paying 1 for that. We'll discard the bridge. We don't need lands anymore. But what is awesome is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. Yeah. This looks quite good. Too lucky, yeah. They'll say that, don't they? Well, good game, I have to say. Beating, I guess, Gardens. GG. So the conclusion is as follows. I think this deck is quite good. I definitely noticed that we maybe should cut one or two of the Pactdoll terrors. This is simply because it's a 4-mana card and it's quite hard to play at times. But the rest of the deck works really well. I really like the spinner and I really like the rest. We had some really good draws and some really good games. The sideboard was surprisingly decent. I am missing some sacrifice cards like Collect the Evidence, I think, or something like that, when basically they can sacrifice a creature with the greatest power on their board. But otherwise, I think it's very similar to a regular Affinity, you know, the main difference being that we are more board focused and the Shaman and the Blowgun are in the sideboard instead of the main deck, but I think the rest is pretty similar and the deck works really well, so I think I'm very happy recommending this to people that wanna buy it and build it, whether on MTGO or in paper. And I think it's a good deck and we might try it again. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one.